Welcome to Northway. The Harrow and Wealdstone train disaster of 1952. It's the worst disaster in Britain in peacetime there's ever been. Here's the story of it. See what you think. The Harrow and Wealdstone train crash occurred at 8:17 a.m. on the 8th of October 1952. Harrow and Wealdstone is a station on the West Coast Main Line, 11 miles north of London Euston. There were local trains that would stop there, but the expresses would not stop. Zoom straight on through there. That was the usual practice. So in the station that morning, there was a Fowler 264 tank locomotive, which actually was undamaged at the end of the crash. It was heading a local passenger train, which was running late because of fog. Also, it had been positioned on an unusual platform in the station because of the need to clear the slow line. Well, I did say the accident occurred in 1952, which means the Crimson Lake livery for this locomotive is wrong. But it's the right locomotive, so Omnia, grant me that little bit of inaccuracy, please. So the locomotive in the crash was number 42389. This is number 2311, which would have become 42311 in British Railways days. So that's going to be running a local train. Heading south that morning was an express which had come from Perth and was heading towards London Euston. It was headed by a Duchess, number 46242, City of Glasgow, which we don't have, so substituting is number 46228, Duchess of Rutland, in the correct livery for 1952, so that's one good thing. City of Glasgow was damaged in the collision, but was rebuilt and carried on in service until 1963. It was not unusual for there to be stationary trains in the station at Harrow and Wealdstone as the expresses came through. So the drivers should be used to adverse signals, but on this particular day, for reasons we shall never know, because the driver was one of the fatalities in the accident, for reasons we shall never know, the express headed by City of Glasgow passed two danger signals. Passed a colour light signal on caution and two semaphore signals on danger. So, could it have been the fog? Doubtful. Anyway, we're going to be seeing Duchess of Rutland today. No smashes, just a bit of running. City of Glasgow ran straight into the back of the local train, and quite a few of the carriages of the local train were smashed and sent across the station, going onto the platform and going onto the other line. the down line from London. On the down line from London Euston, there was a double-headed express train from London Euston going to Liverpool and Manchester, headed by the Stanier Jubilee number 45637 Windward Islands, which was actually totally destroyed in the crash. Substituted today by number 45593 Kolhapur in the correct BR early crest livery. The second locomotive in the double header was the Stanier Princess class number 46202 Princess Anne, which itself was rebuilt from the turbo motive experiment of Stanier. Well, unfortunately, 46202 Princess Anne was destroyed, and I don't have any Princess class locomotives to substitute. So we're looking at Duke of Gloucester. Now you're going to say Duke of Gloucester wasn't involved in this accident. Well, in a way, Duke of Gloucester is connected, because British Railways felt the need to replace Princess Anne, while at the same time trying to build a more powerful steam locomotive, which they did, the 8P Duke of Gloucester. Well, there was only one Duke of Gloucester. It was an experiment. It never was developed because of the scrapping of steam. Well, Princess Anne totally destroyed, and Windward Islands totally destroyed. We're not destroying anything though. We're going to watch them running around.